What's going on, guys? So this is part two of my bed lighting system. um, so to show you what I ended up with and what I ended up installing, this is the LED strip. Okay, it's actually two strips. And what I did is the strip itself comes with some adhesive on the back of it. So I put two pieces of the strip onto some 3M molding tape. Okay, I actually ended up making it too long, so I got that much left. Well, two of those. Anyways, this LED strip, if you've ever worked with the LED strip, you get the weatherproof LED strip, and it just feels a little bit more hardy, if you will. You get the non-weatherproof, which is what this is here, and it just feels all flimsy and cheap. But and it doesn't matter who you go with, that's just the nature of the beast. But anyways, so this one here, this is some non-weatherproof LED, which I didn't plan it. I wasn't paying attention when I ordered it on Amazon. And of course, the non-weatherproof means that you got your solder points here, right? You can see you got minus on one side, plus on the other. Okay, and that's where you would solder your wires to. Okay, same thing over here. Now, when I made up my plug, I soldered like red to here and black to here, but then I had to jump between from strip A to strip B. I had to jump them. I had to make two jumpers, one for positive, one for negative. And this actually worked out really well to do this, because soldering the jumpers between the two strips was actually fairly easy. I was gonna go ahead and just coat it with a layer of silicone. Then my wife mentioned, isn't there something you can spray? And I thought to myself, oh, duh, Flex Seal. So I got a can of Flex Seal, and I built up two of these. They're about 6 foot long, obviously minus this section here, which is about probably 2 foot, I guess. And I was gonna kill the can on these, but Flex Seal, it says to allow 24 hours between coats. I probably allowed like 18 hours between coats, but I built them up. I went through, after it was all said and done and dried, I went ahead and I poured some water on it, and then I plugged it into a battery for testing. And while it was plugged into a battery, I drizzled some water on it all throughout the whole strip, and nothing happened. Nothing shorted. The only issue that I had is with this one of these ends. You can see there's the little yellow grommet in there. Okay, on the red side, it's like it was pulling out. So when you plug it together, right? When you plug it in together, it wasn't making good contact. So I had to modify that, but it's working now. So what I did is I built these up, and then I soldered some 18 gauge wire. I used 18.4, and what I mean when I say 18.4 is, you can see right here. Where is it? 18.4 stranded. Okay, all that is I've got 4 individual wires that happen to be 18 gauge. Okay, I took them out of the sheathing. I twisted up. I chucked it into my drill. and I twisted up the red and the black, and then I twisted up the green and the white. So one side has got red and black, the other side has got green and white. And I stuck it inside Flex Loom. And what I did is, if you saw the first part of my video, I installed 2 of these off of my 7-pin constant hot for my 7-pin for my trailer. I installed 2 of these, one for each side. Okay, so then I had one of these for the passenger side, and I had one for the driver's side. So I stuck this down up underneath here. You can see where the light's illuminating from. I don't know how well it's showing on the video, but anyways, so the only issue I had, of course I wiped it all down with rubbing alcohol, but the only issue I had is right there. There's a little knockout. Now the strip went right, just passed right through. That was not an issue, but like right in the middle of that, there's some kind of a stud or some kind of centering pin for my from my cap here that was right in the center, and I couldn't get around it. So you can actually kind of see, oh, I guess you can't see it. It's kind of hanging down right there, right in this right where that hump is. It's kind of hanging down, kind of bows down. So what I did is I cut the excess off at that end, because this end has the wiring. And then what I did is I put some silicone on that end, and then I put some silicone right around there and right around there, and that just ensures adhesion, because obviously I wasn't able to get this adhered down because of my little center stud issue. And then of course, so what I did, just to clarify, is I soldered this up. I had 6 feet, let's just say 6 feet of wire, 4 feet of wire, whatever. 18 gauge wire, 2 wires, and then I put it in Flex Loom, and then it goes down to about here where I wired this end in, 2 of these, right around here underneath the bed. And then this essentially is like this, but just imagine the wire is extended. Okay, so when I went ahead and I since I already did this, I shot that in the first part of the video, or part 1 of this video series or whatever. So I already had this. It was already tapped into the hot, and I already had my ground. I already had that all done. So all I had to do today was to attach my LED strips, and then run the wire up down underneath, and zip tie it up and plug it in. Of course, I've got 2 of these supplying power from the 7-pin, and I have 2 of these, one for this side, one for this side. Now the first part of the first part of the video, I showed that this was actually a normally open magnetic switch, and the way it actually was working, and you can see I've got magnets here, and the way a normally open magnetic switch works is with the tailgate open, or with it being separated from the magnet, this would close the circuit and allow power to continue on the way it's supposed to. Okay, and then so tailgate open, tailgate closed, open, closed, open, closed. That's essentially how a normally open switch works. Normally closed is just backwards of that. Normally closed would be closed, open, closed, open, closed, open. That's all it is. So anyways, but I had to leave my tailgate open because I had to do some other stuff in here. And the switch here, I noticed that there was a little protrusion right in the center. And when I had the lens removed and I was feeling it did feel kind of warm. I didn't measure the amperage that this setup produces. Didn't think it was that much. Maybe it is. But anyways, so I've got this temporary switch in. I've got some weatherproof switches in my cart on Amazon. Yeah, so I removed both of these. Both tail lenses. I dropped the wire down. I already had it wired up underneath here, and I plugged them both in. So what I was doing, just to kind of show you, is I got these. Let's just call it a puck, LED puck. Okay, I bought 4 of those. It's a 2-inch puck, and it requires a 2 1/4 hole saw, 2 1/4 hole. Okay, so I ordered 4 of those. Originally, I was gonna, cause I knew of the gap between here and here. I knew of the gap. So what I was gonna do initially is I was gonna just put them like right here. You know, one. Well, initially 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side. But after I hooked them up, no, they didn't seem bright enough. So so I get some use out of these. Since I've got 4 of them, I've got 1, 2, and then on the other side I have 3, 4. Now let me show you kind of what I got here, right there, and I've got enough room. I don't have my lens removed for you to see how much room I have, but yeah. And this kit here, minus of course this switch, I want to say it cost me right around $80 to do. So yeah, I'll be making a video on these rock lights. I got some other videos coming. So if this is something you're considering doing to your truck, and this happens to be a Chevy Silverado, but if this is something you're considering doing to your truck, whether it's a Chevy or Ford, Dodge, or Ram, whatever. I did the same thing to my Tundra as far as the bed lights, but I didn't do a switch like this. I tied it into the cargo switch, but whatever. If you're considering doing something like this to your truck, hopefully this gives you some ideas. And if you have a buddy that's got a truck and they're talking about they need a bed lighting system, you can go get a bed lighting kit. And the bed lighting kits are anywhere from I think $25 to $150. And a bed lighting kit would probably do the exact same thing as this. Usually though, with the kit, you're still going to be stuck doing some kind of custom wiring like I did here. But you can see I used all weatherproof plugs. I actually have, I don't know which end it is, but those little pucks that I showed you has one of these ends on it. I can't recall which, but when I make up my wiring harness, I just gotta solder the opposite end of whatever it is onto my wiring harness and run the wire into the dash and do an add a fuse. So anyways, and I'll be making a video on that once I complete that. But anyway, so if this is something that if it has helped you, please feel free to hit the like button. Go ahead and give me a like. And like I say on all my videos, if you're even remotely interested in my next video, go ahead and hit that subscribe and you'll be notified of my next video. Just right now, everything seems to be Silverado heavy. I just got this truck. I'm doing all kinds of stuff to it. I'm trying to keep my costs down, so I'm doing it all myself. I redid my whole rear suspension. I know I shot a video on it, but anyways, so that's it for now. And until my next video, I guess see you later. Bye.